Good morning again, Fresh Fam. I am in dire need of clearing off this damn phone. I just got an alert that my phone's almost full, went and checked, and sure enough, after about 20 days of this challenge, this is now day 21, I am about 500 gigs into storage on this brand new phone. So I've got to figure out a way to clear it off. 500 gigs is also a lot of fucking data. That means that every 20 days of this challenge or so, I'm going to be going through roughly 2 terabytes of storage. Roughly 500 gigs. So every 20 days. So after 2046, after 80 days, that's 2 terabytes of storage. 2 terabytes of storage in like an external hard drive is not, it's going to cost money. I'm going to have to buy an external hard drive so every 80 days. And those run probably between $60 and $80, I think, if I'm guessing correctly. I haven't looked at them recently, but from what I remember, I did buy a 2 terabyte external hard drive, a couple years ago, and I still have one. I still have it because I wasn't burning through that much fucking data. And now that I am, I'll go and check. I'll update you guys. I'll have to look on Amazon and see if I can find a decent one that is, at least a couple of terabytes, and we'll see where we're at. So it's Wednesday. I have rehearsal later, I think. I have to double check and see if I'm called. But it's kind of a chill day, honestly. It's slow today. I don't have any calls. I have a print training that I have to do like online, so I could just do it from my computer at home. I have some parts that I need to return, so that's still work that I have to do. I have to go to like my local FedEx, and oh, no, it's cool. Just stay on your fucking phone, right, and walk right in front of me, literally right in front of me. Oh, you fucking people, god damn it. So anywho, I'm gonna have to go at some point and take care of those returns, and then I kind of feel like maybe I should go to the gym, but I have too much of this project that I need to wrap up, and so I think I'm just gonna pour my energy into this. I feel like if I took on both of those things, then I'm gonna overwhelm myself. I had a kind of like an epiphany moment last night, and I hope I can remember how I posed it in my mind, but basically, ADHD has caused me to be like super overwhelmed when it comes to like tasks and goals and stuff like that. And something that this challenge has given me is the ability to make a distinction between those two things. And that is, I feel like that's going to help tremendously with how I see things and how that affects my anxiety. So I think we've talked about, I have short-term goals, or really more just tasks. I think we're just going to call them tasks. And then I have these overarching, very large, long-term goals. Obviously, getting down to like 250 pounds is like a huge goal. That's going to require long-term consistency. That's going to require, diet and exercise. That's going to require, really strict, dedication, and like I'm gonna have to lock in long term to making sure that I'm eating right, making sure that I'm exercising consistently, and that's big. Those are lofty goals. Same with like starting a business. That's another one. That's not gonna happen overnight. That's and then you have small stuff like doing the dishes, getting therapy set up, going through my finances. These are much smaller, much more attainable goals, but my brain equals them. Like my brain considers them the same thing. So I think that causes a ton more anxiety, because something that is relatively simple, that shouldn't take very much time at all, holds so much weight that my brain is just like, nope, I can't handle that right now. I can't take that on. That's, overwhelming. That's stressful. I'm not going to do that. And then I don't end up knocking out the things that I could knock out very easily, which would free up more time and energy for those bigger goals. And I think that's really important that I kind of made that. It was kind of an epiphany. And I know it seems obvious. I know that seems like duh. But to me, it's not obvious. And it wasn't obvious until just last night. And so now that I've had that kind of light bulb moment, I really want to sit down and hash out the differences between these. Like, I took on therapy, right? And all of last week was like, call about therapy every day. Stay consistent with calling about therapy, scheduling appointments, etc. And I did it. That was done. That's basically done. I already have referrals now. Like, I'm still in the process of it, but like, that's no longer something that I have on my plate. And so now it's just keeping up with the consistency of doing that work. It has now shifted from a short-term to a long-term goal. And now I have other tasks like decluttering my garage and decluttering my my clothes and my kitchen and stuff like that. Like, those are, yes, bigger goals, but those tasks could be done in like a week. If I just chipped away at my kitchen for 1 week, I'd be done. If I just chipped away at my closet for within 1 week, I'd be done. Even my garage, honestly, even though that's a bigger thing, there's a lot of stuff in there that I don't need. And if I were to just chip away at that for 1 week, maybe a couple weeks, I'd be done. And so this challenge is really helping me to see that. And I'm really excited about, like, okay, what are we working on this week? What are we working on this week? And then just keeping the long-term stuff folded in there. So I'm chipping away at that slowly, but it's over time. But it's kind of like I can put it on the back burner. I don't have to think about it as much because it's not as pressing or as immediate of a goal. And those smaller goals will help, it's like kindling for the fire. You know what I mean? I will have those smaller goals that I can achieve and accomplish, and that will help maintain the fire that I have to knock out some of these bigger goals. And it's helping my brain because those little successes are giving me dopamine, and they're giving me like the drive to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, every single day is a new opportunity to go, okay, what can I chip away at today? What can I work on today? And yes, every single day isn't this wildly successful day, but it's just like, okay, well, yesterday was yesterday. Now it's time for a new day. Now it's time to like get out there and knock out some more work. So yeah, I think I'm going to run into Walmart real quick because I haven't fed the dogs yet, and they need to eat. And I was supposed to get food yesterday and I completely forgot. I also need to get some cleaning supplies and maybe some basic grocery stuff. So I'm going to run in and do that. And then I'll see what else I can get done today. So I deleted a bunch of videos from YouTube. It was really, really bothering me that the video is uploaded out of order. So it went from like 12, 13, 14, 16, 15, 17, 18, 19. So like, I deleted them all. I was like, these videos only have like a few views, no likes, no comments. Like, nobody's looking at them. It's genuinely just bothering me that they're out of order. And it was only like 5 or 6 videos, so I deleted them all. And now I'm uploading them in order, and I'm only going to do one at a time in order to make sure that they all stay in order. And hopefully that doesn't happen to me again in the future. But at least if it does, I don't have to delete 30 videos. I'll just have to delete a couple. And then I'm only going to upload one at a time. So it was just a really long video. I think 15 was like a 35-minute long video, which is like, I'm also trying to cut down on a lot of those. I like doing these like talk recap type things at the beginning of my video. And then the rest of the video is just kind of like how the rest of my day went and how it panned out. But this is really just like a catch up, reconnect moment. And so these talking moments at the beginning tend to be a lot longer, but then the rest of my day goes on and it's not a ton more. So the videos are getting shorter. I think last weekend I had a 4-minute long video. It was like, because I didn't really do anything and there was nothing to share. So yeah, I'm running in. I'm going to finish that upload. I think 15's uploading right now. It's at like 80%. But it's because I keep disconnecting from Wi-Fi and then going out and into my phone on my mobile network, and then it slows down, and then I go home, and like that constant disconnect is what corrupts the upload, and then the upload it just stay stuck, and then I have to cancel it and then re-upload it. But that 35-minute long video is like a long fucking upload. It's like hours. It's like several hours. So anyways, trying to get that uploaded so that I can upload the other ones. And then I'm trying to get Opus Clip to refund me because I added all those clips into Opus Clip and it took all my credits. But I never used any of them. I haven't used any credits since like video 12. And so I'm trying to reason with them and be like, look, I had to delete these videos from YouTube. Can you please give me the credits back? I'm just going to re-upload them, and I'm going to use the same credits for the same videos, but I had to delete them for, other reasons on YouTube, and I don't want to have to pay for clips twice. I will, because it was my mistake, but I'm hoping that they reason with me and they'll just give me the credits back. It's not a money thing, it's not like I'm asking for you to return money to my card, just return the credits to my account so that I can use those credits again for other uploads. Anyway, so I'm waiting to see if they'll do that for me. I'm uploading my videos again, and then I will go through Opus Clip, and I will upload the short form clips. And then I will get caught up on that. Thumbnails are still, thumbnails are a long editing task, and I don't always have time to sit down and do those, but it's a slow day. Like I said, I'm going to try and do that. The last couple days, when I've had a couple moments, I've just been kind of doom scrolling and not really wanting to sit down and do any of this stuff. So I've got to find the energy. I got to dig deep. I got to take care of it, because it's something that I've committed to, and I don't want to. Something that this challenge is also helping with is I constantly look for reassurance, and I'm constantly looking for, not approval, but like, I don't trust myself. I don't trust my own inner monologue. I don't trust my decisions. And so I'm constantly looking for other people to like reaffirm decisions that I want to make, or to help me to be like, yes, that's the right decision. Because I always feel like I'm making the wrong decision. And I'm realizing that it's because I don't trust myself. And so I don't trust myself. It's because I constantly make promises to myself that I don't keep when it comes to, taking care of my goals and, making promises about this challenge. It's a commitment that I have made to myself that I have to keep, because then I will start to trust myself again, and I will stop looking for validation and reassurance in other people, and I will start to just say, you know what, this is a decision, I've made it, I believe in myself, I trust myself, and I'm going to follow through with it. And if there's any issue with that, then at least there's nobody to blame but myself. And so I have to just get caught up. I have to find the energy. I have to get to where I promised myself I would be. And because all of you, and even if it's just Andrew, even if it's just Cole, even if it's just Vulch, the few of you who are cheering me on, even if it's just Carl, those people that love me and care about me and are watching these videos consistently and cheering me on from the sidelines. I love you guys, and I'm doing this for you just as much as I'm doing it for myself, because you believe in me, so I gotta believe in myself, right? So I'm gonna get into Walmart. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Love you. Peace. Bye. Yep, you guessed it. Here's my goals again, and I still haven't changed them, so suck a butt. You can pause if you need to read them. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and judge your mother, because I'm busy. So I'm home. The dogs have eaten. Still haven't gotten any calls. But I did make some like amazing progress. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys. So like this was all. There was stuff here, not like dirty, messy stuff, but I had like a crock pot here, and I had like coffee and things that I had just kind of left out. And over here, and I've got some dishes that I'm gonna do right now, and I'm just. I just have like a lot of trash to throw out. I cleared out a bunch of stuff from the fridge that I need to throw out. There's that turkey that I never cooked that I'm going to throw out. So I just think, I'm pretty happy with the progress that I made, this type of shit, it's not a high dopamine thing. So a lot of times I'll just ignore it. I want to make sure that it's at least functional and I can use the space, but now it just looks empty. I need to put some flowers or something here, because I need to put, for sure I would put like a paper towels back on the roll or whatever, but I'm going to get to it. I feel like this was overall like a productive morning, because I got a bunch of cleaning supplies from Walmart, as well as dog food and everything else. And it's nice to, kind of clean up my space a little bit, and I haven't really done that lately. So, and I got, so I'm good. I'm happy with that. Even though it's not progress on the things that I wanted to do, it's still progress on something that helps clear up some of that mental cloudiness. And so yeah, I'm gonna work on some more stuff. I still have to do packages. I still have to go to rehearsal later, although I don't know if rehearsal is really like for me. I kind of want to go to the gym again, just because I prefer to do that instead of going to rehearsal, if rehearsal is not for me. So I mean, it looks like it's like music review or scene review, but I don't know if it's going to be for my scenes specifically. And a lot of times, like, my scenes are later in the show. I have one scene that's like scene 2. But I don't know if we're going to do that one. I know for sure one of my colleagues that's in that scene with me is going to be late. So she's going to miss it. So I should go and at least do my scene, but you know, it's not the end of the world if I miss it. But at the same time, I made a commitment to it, so I don't know. I might not. I'll keep you guys posted. So, went to a brunch. It was a plus size modeling, but just a plus size fashion brunch by my friend Marie Dene recently, and she had some gift bags, and I received one of those gift bags, and I never went through the gift bag. I just kind of took it and put it in my car, and I didn't really think much about it. But now I'm going through it, and it's all stuff that I can't use, and so I'm probably just going to put it up on social media. But I wanted to share it here with you guys just in case you wanted to know anything about it, or if you wanted to see any of the brands that she was working with that helped sponsor her event. I just want to show them some love, so I'll show you guys what's in the package. So the major sponsor was Elomi. I'm not really sure, but it's lingerie up to a double K cup. I will say that there was a representative from Elomi that was giving kind of like a discussion or doing a talk on like how a bra should fit. And like, first of all, my phone cut out. First of all, props to all women, but any of you that have to deal with this bra crap, there was like so much work to that, and I feel so bad that you guys have to deal with that on a regular basis. Men have no idea what's involved, but I also think that a lot of women are wearing their bras incorrectly, so maybe look into Elomi, and if you are larger breasted, and they'll give you some info on how to make sure that your bra fits properly. So yeah, this was the bag, and then here's some of the items that were in the bag, so I'll just kind of share what was in there. This is my friend Kristen. I just wanted to give her a shout out. This is for a brand called Vinic that was there. They make these amazing like garments, and this was a magnet. I'm actually going to keep the magnet. I just wanted to share it with you guys. And it also came with this really nice like brooch, and like, I don't know what I have, if I have use for this, but I'm going to keep this. I'm going to find something to do with this. This is UBB. It is under, betwixt, and between. It is a chafing and friction stick that you can use for the, so you know, if there any parts of your body is like rubbing, you know, then it prevents that chafing. Something from Bevel. It's some sort of conditioner. It says it's a hair conditioner. Okay, so Bevel hair conditioner. I'm doing this on the fly, guys. Love me some me. Mist over yourself while holding the thought I am enough. And it's just got distilled water and essential oils and polysorbate 20. I don't know what this is, but yeah, so that's what this is. This brand Miel, Mangongo oil exfoliating shampoo, and Mango and Tulsi botanical blend leave-in conditioner. So there's a couple of these sample packs, and then Milani baked powder blush, and yeah, that's it. There's nothing else that came in this package, and just gonna put that up on my social media and just see if anybody would like any of these items, and that's about it. I wanted to share with you guys too. Later. What up, y'all? So I'm bringing you up to speed. So took care of some more stuff at home. I'm still trying to get the YouTube videos to upload. The one long one did upload. So still waiting on Opus Clip to get back to me about giving me a refund on those clips. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. I'm basically just waiting it out. Sorry if it's dark. I'm in the car and it's getting dark. So I'm uploading those again, getting back caught up to where we are today. All the videos are done. They just need to be re-uploaded because I deleted them. I also made a couple of other videos today, just like some random shorts that I put out into the world. But, you know, it still counts. I made a video, put it out there. I'm happy with it. Just picked up the kiddos. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen with rehearsal. I would much rather go to the gym, but I didn't really pack a gym bag. So if I do go, you know, I could just raw dog it, you know, but I also don't have my watch. So it's like, what's the point, you know? But I don't know. I haven't really been sharing that stuff every day anyways. So if I do go, it's just going to be for exercise. So some things that I noticed. So I am offloading my old phone. I have to get all the data and everything off of that old phone, and I'm doing that right now. And so it's at home, and I'm just letting it run in the background. Hopefully, it does. But as we all know, with technology, sometimes you leave something and then you walk away from it, and the screen shuts off. And if the screen shuts off after 10 minutes, it might not be processing that transfer anymore. So that's part of the reason why I haven't done it before, is because that's going to take literally several hours of just sitting there and not letting the screen go to sleep. It doesn't have a stay on forever feature. The longest it'll stay on for is 10 minutes. Or it has shut up. Oh my God. It has an option to stay on while you're looking at it. But if I'm not looking at it and I just leave it there, the screen will power off at some point. And then if it does that, then I don't know if it'll continue the transfer in the background. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, meh. But I am working on that. Now, the reason why I have that happening is because I carry, you know, my work phone and my personal phone. I have 3 phones at the moment because when I got a new phone, I didn't want to just do the smart switch transfer or whatever. I think I've talked about this, because then that would just take everything that's on my old phone and move it to my new phone. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to make sure that I have apps that I'm using and not apps that I don't need. But I have the other phone just in case I forget my login credentials or need, you know, any saved, you know, information that's on my old phone. And so I have this process where I'm kind of carrying around both phones. So that way I can get rid of any like old notifications or things that I don't really like on my old phone. But also, like, I have my orientation on my new phone to match my old one. So that way, like, you know, just instinctually you default to like, oh, I need maps, this is where maps are. Or I need text messaging, this is where text messaging is. If I need camera, this is where camera is. So you have those default locations like on your phone already, and you go to them instinctively. And so when you get a new phone, everything's not in its appropriate place. And so I have that so I can set it up slowly on my own time. But now we're getting to the point where I want to clear off that phone, because I'm basically done with apps and getting logged in and everything. All my credentials are saved. I'm using my main phone primarily now, like, without having to go into my old phone anymore. So now it's like, okay, let's clear off all the data, all the pictures, all the videos, all the saved documents, the files and stuff. And then from there, I can go through the process of resetting that phone, because I will be using that phone as a trade-in soon. But in the meantime, I am uploading photos. But here's what I wanted to share. So I was sharing that because it was on my list. And so I am taking care of stuff on my list, even though I'm, you know, out and about doing other stuff. But something that I wanted to share that I think is important for you guys to know is I was on my old phone today, and I was just kind of swiping around, and I noticed that since getting my new phone and since starting this challenge, I have not been on dating apps. I was on dating apps, and I realized how much of a time suck that was. Like, going on a dating app, it really is. It's like an addiction. It's like like a gaming app or whatever. Like, it gamifies the task of dating, and that's not good for somebody that chases dopamine, right? I already understand that dating is probably not ideal for me right now. I have a lot of stuff that I need to heal and a lot of traumas that I need to work through before I'm going to be a good partner, or before I'm going to be in a good place to show up for somebody else. But I was still on dating apps a lot, even if it was just for casual dating or whatever. But the act of like opening up an app, going through and swiping and then initiating conversations and blah blah blah, like that whole process was a lot. And I was on multiple apps. So, oh, farts. Nope, not going that way. So I would have multiple apps open and be swiping and have conversations or whatever, and then, you'd run out of swipes if you're not paying for the app. You run out of an amount, and then you can do it again. So it's like creates this cycle where you want to go on. And I noticed that I never put any of those apps on my new phone because I've been doing this challenge. So it's like, what's the point? And dude, that has been such a game changer for me that like I will not be adding any more dating apps to my profile or to my phone. I won't be using them anymore. But I encourage you guys, if you are on a dating app or several dating apps and you're dating casually and you're finding yourself not able to like take care of take care of tasks, or if you're not where you want to be or whatever, like consider removing them. Maybe take a step back from dating. Maybe it's time to take a little breaky poo and maybe work on yourself a little bit. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. And I just want to encourage you, like, delete the apps and find something else to fill up your time for a little while, because I promise you it is a time suck, and it is made intentionally that way. The same way social media is, those apps are made to make the act of dating or swiping and initiating conversations and all that dopamine that you're getting, it's intentional, and it's an algorithm. And if the algorithm is made to get you to return to the app so that they can send you ads, or so that they can get you to pay for the app, or whatever it is, it's all a business. So if that's what if you're looking to date intentionally and find somebody that you're really interested in and go out on a date and marry that person, or maybe enter into a long-term relationship, a dating app is not going to be the best idea for you, because like I said, it's made for you to keep coming back. So anyways, that's my little soapbox message. I'll get off my soapbox now. I am on my way to pick up Audrey. We are headed to rehearsal. Still on the fence about whether or not I'm going to go to rehearsal. I also am I had no calls today, actually. It was really cool, but I was supposed to get some training done, and I didn't. So later on, I'm going to have to pay that ADHD tax, and I'm going to have to sit down and knock out some trainings, because I got a training class. Oh man, that guy's on drugs. I asked for a training ticket, and I was supposed to be taking care of some training, so I gotta get home after rehearsal at some point and take care of some training. It was only like a 2-hour ticket, so it's only going to be a couple trainings that equals about 2 hours, but I still got to get it done. So even if it's after hours, I have to knock it out. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted as the day evolves. Okay, love you, bye. Hi guys. I'm kind of crashing out right now. I don't really know what else to do. I'm just gonna share it with you guys. I went to drop off Audrey after rehearsal, and I parked in front of her mom's garage the same way I do every time. And I waited until she got all of her stuff out of the car, and she went inside, and I closed the garage door, and I drove away. And when I drove away, I drove like over a bump. Oh, I drove over something, and I didn't know what it was. And so I stopped the car, and I got out, and I looked, and there was nothing there. But I kind of looked away from my car, kind of like, in the opposite direction of the direction I was driving, and I had gotten, I kid you not, 5 feet away from the garage. It was like immediately I hit the accelerator and there was a bump. And then I got over, as soon as I got over it, I stopped. I had only gotten a few feet. But I turned around and I looked at the end of her driveway and there was a cat. There are 2 neighborhood cats that live outside of, they're outside cats, but they belong to her neighbor. And those cats are like the nicest, sweetest cats. And they always come over and the kids pet them and they're very sweet. And they always come out from whenever, like wherever they're hiding or whatever, whenever we open the garage. And sometimes they'll run inside the garage. Sometimes they hang out just next to the cars. They're very friendly. They love being pet. They're so sweet. And I just turned and I mean, I didn't see exactly what it was, but I could tell it was something. It was an animal. And so I turned my car around and I drove up to it. And sure enough, it was the little gray cat. And the poor thing, fuck, man, it wasn't moving anymore. I saw it moving before I drove up to it when I was still parked in the opposite direction. But I turned around and by the time I pulled up to it, it wasn't moving anymore. And I just pet it. You know, it was just laying there and I was just petting it. And I had to ask Audrey. I went inside and I asked Audrey if she knew who that cat belonged to and if it had an owner. And she said, yeah, it's the people right across. And they own both of the cats. And they just let them go out. And I guess they go in and out. And so I went back to it and I looked at the collar and I was checking to see if there was a name or a number or something. And while I was petting the cat and just looking at the collar, the garage across from her mom's opened. And the neighbors came out and they were walking their dog. They have a big, like, Doberman. And I see them every day that I go there to drop off Audrey. Every time I'm there, they're out walking their dog. And so I went up to them and I stopped them and I said, excuse me. And they said, yes. And I said, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to bother you. Are these, do you own the 2 cats that are always here? The gray one and the orange one. Do you own the cats? And they said, yes. And I said, I'm so sorry to tell you. I'm so sorry to have to be the person to tell you this, but your cat, I think your cat has passed away. Like, I didn't know what to do. I don't know how do you tell somebody their cat passed away? And not only that, but you're responsible for it. It's not like I just found it and told them, you know? Oh my God, guys, I don't know what to do. I just had to tell them the truth. I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I just drove away like I normally do. And I think it was under my car. And they walked up to it and, the husband was just petting it and the wife was crying and I was crying and it just, fuck, man. And he got a box and he picked her up and I think he took her inside the garage. And I told them so many times, I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't, it was a total accident. And is there anything I can do? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. I just felt helpless in that whole moment. I didn't know what to do. I was gonna try and find an emergency vet to take it to, and see if I could take it somewhere. But then the garage opened, so I just told them I was gonna load it up in the car and go. But also, my car was low on charge after I dropped Audrey off, because I was gonna stop and charge on the way to drop her off, but it was already late and she was tired and she still had homework, she said. So I was like, you know what? I'll just drop you off. And I was at like 5%. when I was done with her, and that's enough time. That's enough charge for me to get to the charger that's closest to my house, and then get home. And so I figured I would just charge there. But now after this situation with the cat, I couldn't even load the cat into the car and take it to a vet if I wanted to. So I'm trying, messaging her mom. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And then they came out, and, the wife was very gracious, and she said, it's okay. I know it was an accident. And she was emotional, and oh my God, guys, that was awful. I don't wish that ever on anybody. That was fucking awful, dude. And now I don't know what to do. I just feel awful. I know I can't replace it. I know that it was an accident in my heart. It was not something malicious. But like, how do you fix this? Do I think I'm just gonna get flowers and maybe, tell the kids in like a kind way, and see if they'll make some cards or something for them. I mean, it's not their fault or anything like that, but they love those fucking cats, man. They love them. Every day they would come home and they would pet them, and they would just hang out in between the two houses because the garage doors faced each other. And so they would come out, and the kids would pet them every day. And Luna loves cats, and Penny loves cats, and they just love these animals. And I even told them that. I was like, I'm so sorry, like, my kids love your cats. Like, they pet them all the time, and we always saw them, and I was like, it was such an accident. I'm so sorry. Fuck, man. I'm so, like, emotionally drained from this. I don't even know what to do. I still have to go charge, and I have to do I have to walk my own dogs, and I have to do some printer training and some bullshit, and like, I don't want to do any of that right now. Anywho, thank you for letting me vent. I'm sure that this is not cool or awkward or whatever, but thank you for letting me vent. If you guys have any ideas of anything that I can do to just, apologize and show love and send love and care in a compassionate way, like, please let me know what you guys think. What would you do in this situation? Because honestly, I'm at a loss right now, and I feel awful, and I don't really know what to do. So I'm gonna go home and finish this training for work, and I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna try and just